up, boxing fans? This is the Rope-A-Dope Report. I am your host, Chris Carlson. Make sure you check out ropeadoperadio.com for news and articles, and you can listen to the show there. We're still kind of in the process of adding a lot to the site, so bear with us, but make sure you check it out. This is a prediction video for the fight coming up on May 7th in the MGM Grand. It actually has a really solid undercard as well. You should definitely check that out. I think it's a worthy pay-per-view. Manny the Pac-Man Pacquiao versus Sugar Shane Mosley. Now, a lot of people, when this got announced, you know, Shane Mosley left Golden Boy, who actually never really had a, he wasn't on contract, he was just a partnership, and he had always done his fights recently with them. He left to go to Top Rank and get this fight. I can't blame him, you know, of course. Why wouldn't you, right? We all know the Golden Boy and Top Rank problems that they've been having. So, I like this fight, though. A lot of people are like, you know, after they saw him against Floyd and Mora, they thought, well, he's too old. And you know, he is a lot older than, you know, 5 or 10 years ago. He's not a guy that is fresh by any stretch of the imagination. He still has a good chin. He still has power. He still has speed. You know, in his defense, he was out for quite a while. He took the fight against Floyd, and he said it wouldn't be a problem. But anytime you're out that long, it's going to take a little away from your performance. There's no doubt about it. And Mora, and those styles of a defensive fighters who counterpunch, you know, is tough, especially Mora. You know, Floyd actually came right at Shane with his jab and one-two'd him to death, and really had Shane in the corner not firing back, which you really haven't seen many times. Even like in the second fight against Winky, he was firing back. He was trying. It seemed like I'm not going to say he quit in the ring, but it seemed like he just didn't. Every time he tried to do something, he was getting hit. You know what I mean? And that hand speed and Floyd's cleverness with his punches. Even though he was coming forward behind that jab. And he was lighting up pretty good. There was a couple moments in there where I thought, oh boy, man, Shane's not looking good. So I can understand, you know. And if this fight goes on deeper in the fight, I could see Shane wearing down. You know what I mean? And a lot of people think Manny's going to knock him out. And I'm not saying he can't knock him down. And I'm not even saying I don't think he'll knock him out. But I could, you know, if it's going to be a stoppage, I would say more of a TKO stoppage, in my opinion. The thing about Shane is, and people forget about his power sometimes. Look at what he did to Floyd, a defensive fighter. 2 separate times in that second round. You know, he hurt him, and he got him with a great time shot, and Floyd had to hold on to that arm, something that Manny won't do. He won't be able to block shots like Floyd did. After that, he buckled Floyd with that right hand right after a punch, or like right in between a punch of Mayweather. So the guy's got hand speed, and one thing is Manny Pacquiao has never been in the ring with this fast of a guy. He just hasn't. And I would say about as the most powerful guy, because if you think about it, you know, people will say, oh, you know, Manny's got way more power, he's going to knock him out, or he's the most powerful fighter out there. But, you know, Margarito didn't go down. He shut his eye. They could have stopped the fight, but he didn't go down. Whereas Shane knocked, you know, Margarito down, what, 3 times, and then the fight was stopped, something like that. So it is what it is. You know, when you come right to Shane, that's going to be good. Now, especially a Margarito style, you know. But Manny still comes to his fighters, but he uses better footwork and angles in his right hand now. And I think a key to beating Mosley is the jab. Now, I think Manny with the right hook, and you know, he's already talking about, you know, people are already talking that he's working on his jab and his right hook for this fight. And I think that the fact that he uses it more is good. You know what I mean? And it's helped him, along with the footwork and the angles. But you know, it's still not a great jab. It's not a great jab, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not hacking on him, but hey, I don't think it's that great of a jab, and that's a key to beat Mosley. You know what I mean? So those angles and the speed, I believe, will give Mosley some issues too. He's not just coming right to him, but no matter what, he's coming to him. And I feel that although Manny still gets hit plenty, and Margarito hit Manny a lot. He hurt him to the body, I believe, in the 6th round. 6th or 7th round. Manny even admitted I needed to get over that round because I was hurt. You could see him buckle to the body a little bit. So I just think if Margarito can put that many hands on Shane, then Mosley can, or I'm sorry, put that many punches together and punches to the body and just punches in general. He landed a bunch of punches on Pacquiao. If Margarito can do that to Pac-Man, I believe Shane can too, with more hand speed, with more accuracy. Left hooks to the body, in the head, big right hand. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, and I think that a lot can be done within those first 4 to 5 rounds. And that's where Shane really has to get his damage in. And for Shane, although he'll stand there and trade, he's not necessarily a volume puncher either. You know what I mean? I mean, when it's time to go, it's time to go with him, but he doesn't waste a bunch of shots. And if you see him get that right hand right over Mayweather's shoulder, bam, right on the temple a couple times. So, but Mayweather was able to, block some shots after that and hold, something that I don't think Manny will be able to do. Manny, when he gets hurt or buzzed, he likes to sit up on the ropes, and he doesn't really guard himself. You know what I mean? He doesn't guard himself properly. I think you saw the same thing with Amir Khan and Marcus Maidana. You know, he was up against the ropes, he was putting his hands up, but it wasn't effective defense at all. So, this is the type of fight that I'm going to put money on Shane in this fight, because he's just too big of an underdog not to put money on him, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I would say that Manny will win by decision, and if Shane's going to win, he's going to win by knockout. A lot of people will be like, oh, Shane's too old. And like I said, later in the fight, I think there is going to be an issue there. You know what I mean? And so I just think it's going to be a hell of a fight, because these two guys, Manny always likes to fight, and he always throws a bunch of punches. And in that kind of style, when the guy's coming to him, Shane, although Shane holds and clinches, but it's really when he gets his shots off, you know what I mean? He was holding plenty once Mayweather started taking over the fight. So we'll see. We'll see how much action it will be throughout the whole fight. But if Shane's going to get him, I believe Shane's going to get him and get to him and start to get to him early. And you're going to start to see that fight turn, you know what I mean? So I could see Shane landing big right hands and left hooks to the body and the head. I really could. And with all this speed, he's going to be able to hit Manny. People out there that say this is going to be an easy fight, I just don't see it. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. But like I said, as the fight goes on, I do see if Manny is able to get his combos off and his flurries off and get in and out with his footwork and kind of use angles to where he's not taking as much punishment, then he can win the fight. And I do see Manny winning this fight by decision. I don't think he'll knock out. A lot of people saying he's knock him out. I even heard a lot of people after the Floyd, when Floyd had him looking bad in the corner, that Manny would have taken him out. And who knows? I mean, Manny is more of a finisher. He cares less about getting hit. There's no doubt about it than Floyd. He's a lot less careful than Floyd. But sometimes that pays off when you're in a fight with a guy that can punch. And this is going to be a very powerful guy with hand speed, and that's the key. Accuracy and hand speed will be the key for Shane Mosley in this fight. I'm really interested to see this fight. I think it'll be a pretty good main event. And like I said, the undercard is pretty good. Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. versus Jorge Arce. Kelly Pavlik's going against a prospect, which, I think it'll be a good style for him to fight against. And also, for the fans anyway. And also, who else is on that? Humberto Soto and Urbano Antilio. It's a rematch of a great fight from last year. So I really like this pay-per-view. I really like this pay-per-view full card. A lot of people are dogging this fight, and they're saying Manny's only fighting top-ranked guys. That's the nature of the beast. There's no doubt about it. I still think Shane can give him a fight. And I'll be interested to see those first 4 rounds, how Manny's going to handle. I mean, both of them got to handle each other's hand speed in their power. But it'll be interesting to see, how much damage he can inflict when he gets the... and I think it was... Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was over 200 punches that Margarito landed on Pacquiao. And if you let Shane land 200 punches with that power and hand speed, I think he can get off and match Manny in those flurries, much like he matched him in the second round with Floyd. And like I said, Floyd comes behind a stiff jab to the body and the head, and he's a lot more patient than a Manny Pacquiao. But overall, I do think Manny, it's one of those things that, like I said, Manny by decision, Maybe Shane, if he's going to win, has got to knock him out, I believe. I really believe that. And that's how I'm going to bet. I'm gonna bet both ways. But I would definitely, anyone betting out there, don't be afraid to put a little money on Shane Mosley by KO or Shane Mosley to win, just because the underdog, you know, just because the underdog factor. Anytime it's a 3-1 or a 4-1 or a 5-1 with a world-class fighter, you got to put him in there. Although he's too old, and I think although Shane is fast and powerful, that might be the end of him as far as just getting overwhelmed and not being able to pull the trigger over and over again. He can still pull the trigger. Let's not forget, he can. But I just think Manny's going to beat him. But like I said, I'm putting money on Shane for KO just because you have to, in my opinion. I think you have to. If you're a bettor out there, I think it's good. It's a good payoff for a low. You don't even have to put that much money down. So anyway, I'm going to go with Manny Pacquiao by decision. But like I said, I could see Shane pulling up the upset that nobody saw coming or not many people saw coming, and really putting a shock in people's heads. You know what I mean? But I think Manny will pull through. I really do. We'll see how it goes, though. But make sure you check out ropeitupradio.com and enjoy the fights. All right? Peace. What the hell?